Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly Forex Forecast. This week will be with classic pairs, so let's first check Aussie dollar, US dollar. So if you pay attention for the weekly time frame, price is still pushing up. We had a little bit range here and a little bit of the retracement, but the price didn't touch the 36 EMA but bounced around the 12 and it's still trying to push up. However, it starts to look like a little bit like a range, because if we pay attention for the previous situation which happened here when we have this long 1 to 3, it was obvious that price could continue to go up. Here it's not so obvious because we start to range a little bit on the weekly. Yes, so let's try to find our support and resistance levels. So we have resistance levels on the previous tops or a little bit higher, but right now we can use just this spike here. And if we, in terms of the support level, we have those previous lows here, and we also can find that we have a little bit of the resistance here, but price is breaking right now this one, so we don't need this. So basically our approach is that price can continue back to this previous resistance and start to test this or break it, and then we will have new higher highs. So if we pay attention a little bit on the daily chart, what happened here, we have this long 1 to 3 on the daily. So what we can have continuation, yes, continuation, new momentum to the next resistance level. We also have trend line here which supports our 1 to 3 here, and this is also our active area where price might react and continue. And like I said, we also have daily resistance level here, but as we see here, price right now gain momentum and is breaking this. So what we would like to do, we can look for possible long 1 to 3 here on the daily chart, and then we look for possible buy scenarios, or we go to lower time frames and we try to catch the trades right now. So on the 4-hour chart, what we have is this trend line here. So what we can get is the possible retracement back to this trend line, and if we get the 4-hour chart 1 to 3, it will be like a resistance breakout, possible continuation, and we look for longs, and we can also look for possible lower time frame entries. And right now we see that price is in the range, so what we can do is to just use this information and go to lower time frames and look for possible setups after breakout. So how we can do it, because we didn't get like a classic 1 to 3 here, yes, like for example here we had this and we can have continuation. In this case we start to have range. So how we can trade this, we can look for possible lower time frame entries like a 5 or 15 minute, and whenever price breaks this and make a setup for us here, this is the call to action setup to look for possible buy scenarios. So this is Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let's go to Euro dollar. Euro dollar is also making or made this long weekly 1 to 3, right now is pushing up. If we pay attention, we had bounce on this powerful trend line. So what we can have is the again up move where to the previous tops, which is also our resistance area. So if we zoom out a little bit, we will see that this is resistance zone. Next resistance is up here, yes, around this level. So it's pushing up, so we can definitely look for possible buy scenarios. We had here a long daily 1 to 3. Some of you took these trades and it was like around 100 pips and target first would be hit. Yes, on the daily chart it was completely good to take it because this was first setup after daily trendline breakout. So right now price is pushing up. We have also daily trendline here which we can draw like that, and what we can do, we can look for possible long scenarios to target next resistance here. So if we go to 4-hour time frame right now, we can wait for possible retracements on the 4-hour time frame and look for possible long scenarios after this 4-hour chart 1 to 3, or we grab the momentum which might happen and we look for lower time frame entries. So in this case we can look for the 1-hour chart with the lower time frame combinations, yes, because we didn't get retracement exactly to the 36 EMA, which we always want to get, and also back to this trend line. You see, we didn't get this situation, so we have to use information. Okay, bounce on the 12, possible trades with the momentum on the lower time frames, so we can go to 5-minute chart, and later if you get the 5-minute 1 to 3s above the trend line here, if you get the setups above, this will be our option to go long. If this is false breakout, then what you can do, you can look for a retracement back to the 36, back to the trend line, and try again to look for buys. Like I said, other option is retracement back to the 36 on the 4-hour chart. Next is GBPUSD dollar. This pair is also pointing up after period of the funny moves. It looks like price bounce on the 12 EMA, and right now it's pushing up. So let's try to find the next area of the resistance level. And of course, like always, we focus on the previous tops, which is quite strong. And basically, this is what we have right now. Of course, higher we have those previous tops here, which also is for us resistance. Support level, of course, will be here. This will be our our previous lows. And if we pay attention for the trend line on the weekly chart, this is our line. So we see that price reacted on this line, didn't retrace exactly to the 36 EMA. And if we pay attention on the daily chart, we see that here a little bit trend line looks a little bit differently. Yeah, we cannot just connect like that. But if we use different angle, we also get situation like this, that we will get this trend line here. So right now you see that price is still pushing up. So basically we don't need those trend lines right now. The only thing which we have to do is to just looking for the longs. We have a situation that there was also daily resistance here. The price right now broke it. There was also option to go long here on the daily chart. Yes, entry. Yes, after weekly 1 to 3, daily long 1 to 3, entry, stop loss. And if you are lucky, you wouldn't be stopped out with this spike. If your stop loss was too small, you would be kicked out and price would go without you. So right now what we can do, this is our daily trend line, the smaller trend line. We go to 4-hour chart, and right now any retracement on the 4-hour chart give us opportunity to try to look for buy entries. If we go to 1-hour time frame, exactly the same. Yes, we have to wait right now for any retracement, and then we start to look for buy. So we don't have opportunities right now, but maybe later on at the day, or maybe tomorrow, we will have them. Yes, so first retracement and then jump in. Yes, retracement also on the 1-hour chart might be on the 12, but I prefer to get retracement back to the 36. USDCAD is another pair. It's going quite nicely. After again, we had this stop and price still push down. So you see, if we have strong trend on the weekly, it still continue to go. Yes, so let me check what we have on the weekly chart. Where is our support? And price is reaching or is really close to this really strong support level on the weekly chart. So maybe this time this will be a good opportunity for this pair for bounce and make bigger retracement. This is also those previous spikes, so we have also still room. We see that we didn't get a bigger retracement for really long time here on this pair. This move started last year and it's still pushing down, and it's going. Yeah, and we many times we discussed about possible retracements here, but of course we wait always for the trendline breakouts, which didn't happen on the daily chart. Yes, the daily trendline is still holding, so this is really something interesting. What you can see, that if we have strong trend, really price is pushing. Yes, we can just draw trend line like this from those spikes. Here it will be better because we will have more touches. Yes, and we see how price is respecting, and every single time when it's touching, we had this reaction. We had attempts here for possible breakouts and continue and maybe trend change and opposite and look for the opposite direction, but unfortunately price didn't make it, but still continue to go. One of our elite student took this daily short 1 to 3 here, and entry was here, stop loss was above, and right now he closed this position here because price reached support level, so he decided to close it. It was around 400 pips target, so this was really good trade. So even late entries on the daily chart are worth to try. However, you see, you need to also have patience because price didn't go immediately. We have around 2 weeks or even more, 3 weeks of range, yes, and then price went down. But this is the situation when you trade on the daily chart. You need to have patience just to wait. So what we have right now, still everything is pointing down, so any retracement still for us is good opportunity to sell. Of course, we have to remember that this will be late. And we can also focus here on possible bounces and try to look for retracement trades because we have a support level. However, trading with the main direction will be better because the trend is still strong. However, we need to wait for this bigger retracement on the daily chart to have better probability for possible continuation. Or we go simple to lower time frames, and any retracement for us will be good opportunity to look for short entries. And our goal is, of course, this support level. In case of breakout of this support level, we will have another opportunity for target this next level here. Yeah, so this is what we have here, and if we look for the 1 hour chart, it will be exactly the same. Yes, we wait for the retracement back to here, and then we look for the lower time frame entries like 5-minute chart or 1-minute chart or 15-minute, and this is our target. So any retracement on the USDCAD is good opportunity to sell right now. If we think about aggressive trades against main direction, what we can do, we can focus, for example, in the two ways. We have to wait for 1 hour chart trendline breakout, and then we start to look for the long 1 to 3s. However, our target will be 4 hour chart 36 EMA, so we have to pay attention if we will have enough room. But you can also look for the 1 hour chart trendline breakout and focus on the 15-minute or 5-minute entries after this line breakout. This will be like a conservative approach, if we can discuss even conservative approach to trading against the strong daily trend and weekly trend. But anyway, this at least give us some information that maybe we will get this bigger retracement. But remember, your target is the 4 hour 36, so if you don't have enough room, what you can do, you can then wait for the 4 hour chart, exactly the same 4 hour chart trendline breakout, and then you look for the setups here on the 1 hour chart, on the 4 hour chart, and your goal is daily 36 EMA with the daily trendline here. So this is how we can approach bounces, maybe not bounces, but trades against main direction. And if we would like to also trade a little bit more aggressive, which I really don't recommend right now, you can also look, for example, for double bottoms. Yeah, double bottom here, and then you take aggressive entry with the first white candle, because there is the reason to do this, because we have support level. But this is quite aggressive, it's not for everybody. So this is what we have. Yeah, so this is USDCAD. Next will be USDN. And USDN, what we have is pointing up on the weekly chart, bounce on the 12, went up. Right now it's not that we didn't see continuation, but it still might goes up, and we will I will show you on the lower time frames. This is the previous resistance, the previous top, and if we pay attention, we have next resistance up here, and support level we have down here. Yes, so we go to daily chart, and what we have sorry, we have this trend line here where price reacted, and this is quite strong support for us. Yes, we had reaction and price went up around 200 pips, and what we can have right now, another daily long 1 to 3. So if we get this, price still might continue to go long. Yes, it will be like a weekly long 1 to 3 with a daily long 1 to 3. So our goal is here, it's around almost 200 pips. So what we can do, lower time frames, and we wait for a breakout of this 2 to 3 line. Whenever we start to see breakout, we can, for example, switch to 1 hour chart, and we look for possible 1 hour chart 1 to 3s here to look for buys. 4 hour chart might be also possible to look for the setups here. However, we can also get situation that price still can continue to go down to retest this, and then this is really strong line for us on the daily chart, so you can even look for aggressive long bounce entries on this trend line, or if you don't like, you extend this line, and whenever price breaks this line, you focus on buys. Yes, this is strong daily trend line. You see 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 5 touches. Yes, if I change a little bit angle, we will see that it's quite strong. Yeah, so this is what we have here. So also long scenarios, and I'm not interested right now for any short. It's difficult to say, so only buys. And last one is gold. It looks like it broke our weekly 36 EMA, and we get momentum to buy. So this looks like a monthly long 1 to 3 bounce on the 12. We said about the possible retracement to the 36 EMA, but it looks like it won't happen right now, at least, and back to this support level. Right now price is reacting on the 12, and we might get pressure for buy. So if we pay attention, our trend line on the weekly chart was broken. Our next resistance, of course, on the weekly chart is here, and the next one is up here. And if you go to daily chart, we will see that we had this momentum. So let's try to find where we have resistance levels on the daily chart, because this is also important in this case. So we have next level might be around this zone here. So we still have a little bit room. We had area here, but price broke it, so we don't need this. Support level is here. And if we can draw any trend line on the daily chart, but we don't have nothing good, this is the best what we can do. So gold right now, buy. Any retracement, daily retracement, we look for buy. 4-hour chart retracement, we look for buy. 1-hour chart retracement, unfortunately right now we have range, but we still can look for buys, because we don't have a clean 1 to 3 here. Yes, this is what we can get. So if you get situation that price, you know, will go back to with the 36 will start to break, you look for buys. And right now, if we think about the lower time frame entries, I don't like this. I prefer to get the retracement and then start to look for buys. Yeah, so this is what we have, guys. I hope you enjoyed this forecast. Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and wish you all a wonderful week, and talk to you soon. Bye.